Out comes Adam Cole. Music to my ears. Roderick, Matt, Mike, I love you guys, but I'm doing this alone. In like 7 words, he wrote off that entire group. There's no complaint from me at all. But my concern is that this is not the last we have heard of Adam Cole and the Undisputed Kingdom. But it did give me hope that we're just going to separate this marriage.
They still have to, give us some material to definitively break them up. But yeah,
the key is you got to find a new group. Remember how we just painfully went through this with Kyle O'Reilly, and then he joined the conglomeration, and Undisputed Kingdom were like, can't get in the way of True Love.
Yeah. So now, does Roddy even stick with the Kingdom? Do they keep the Undisputed Kingdom name?
Don't care.
You just kind of left them hanging here, Adam Cole. You formed this group, and all of a sudden you're just like, see you guys.
And then, if more truer words were never spoken, no one wants to hear about the past. And I didn't know if he was referring to his injury or to all the Undisputed Kingdom stuff. I took it as the latter, in that we're not going to piece together and make sense of this MJF Adam Cole thing. But Cole was going to try his best here to explain that MJF is the worst human being he's ever met. This is a world of shades of gray. It's like, okay, I know where this one's going. Sometimes you have to fight evil with evil. MJF will claim that he was betrayed and that I broke a promise. What promise? I'm not a stupid person. I never trusted MJF, and the version you see now is the one I saw behind closed doors. When we were going and eating at the Chinese food and going to Dave and Buster's. This was the prick I saw between takes. He calls MJF fake, noting his 2 hair transplant surgeries that he had, which brought me back to just a gruesome scene in the Apprentice movie where they literally show you them cutting open Donald Trump's head to give him a hair restoration procedure. Just disgusting.
Is this like it's factual? I mean, obviously, if you couldn't tell by looking at him, but this is factually noted that he's had this done?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a creative. I had never heard that he actually had a procedure, but it might be accurate. If it's not, then it's creative liberties in the movie. Right. But he said, but we learned here 2 surgeries that MJF has had, according to MJF. He says how he's an insecure little boy, and then he pretty much challenges everyone to just shitpost him online because he'll read it all and he will cry about it, and puts over the locker room as a group of young guys trying to get better and carry AEW into the future, but hopefully they don't follow MJF's path, which is a path toward failure and loneliness. Everyone hates MJF, and I want to fight you right now. So MJF's music plays, but he doesn't come out. Instead, he has filed a video and sent it via Dropbox, and he learned a lot throughout his career, and there is no such thing in this business as trust. There's a lot of jackals, but then I was tricked by you, Adam. I let my guard down, but I will never trust anyone again. I blame you for the man I've become, and I am going to punish you by never getting into the ring with you, and you are going to die with the void of unfulfilled vengeance. He is going to never wrestle this man, ever. Cole states, I know MJF better than anyone. You can run, but you can't hide. And when I find you, I will give you the ass beating of a lifetime. And with that, we are now back to the spring of 2023 before they teamed. We've just rewritten 18 months.
Just like that. I mean,
it's gone.
Kind of like what DC is doing by just rebooting these characters and giving you new number ones. That's exactly what this is.
Synergy.
Great synergy.
Love it.
Yeah, Adam Cole had a very tough job here, okay? He had to steer this ship back on course, somehow making sense of all of this sudden shifting of character as a result of these injuries. And we have some explanation that I think we could try to piece together here. And I want your take, John, on whether or not it's satisfying, okay? So Cole explains that he went back. Okay, so he turned evil because you have to fight evil with evil. That was his justification, okay? He says he's not stupid, and he knew all along that you couldn't trust MJF. So I guess that's to explain why.
This guy broke his foot. And MJF, this evil bastard, decided, you know how I'm going to really screw him? I'm going to defend these tag titles on his behalf in handicap matches while also defending my title. And then I'm going to have this guy basically torturing me and stalking me with these goddamn masks for months and then screw me out of the championship.
And what was Cole's explanation after the devil stuff, after the devil reveal? Do you remember? It doesn't matter, John. We don't have to think about the past.
The answer is no way. I can't tell you.
You're not supposed to remember, okay?
It was months of my life until that reveal, and then poof, it got over like a fart in church after.
It doesn't matter now. All you're supposed to know from this point is that Cole, basically, he's saying he turned on MJF before MJF could turn on him, okay? So Cole's saying, I'm not really an evil guy. I just have to go evil in order to protect myself against an evil person. Meanwhile, you have MJF who says, I was evil for most of my life, but in the time that I was actually friends with you, Adam Cole, I was actually a nice person. I was genuinely a nice person until you turned on me. Now you actually made me evil. All right. So so we have Cole breaking up out of paranoia, basically, while MJF claims he is now back to being evil because Cole broke up with him out of paranoia. So I guess it's like one of those breakups where like you can understand both sides. You wouldn't say either is really right, but maybe there's an element of both that you wouldn't necessarily is either wrong either. Was all this satisfying enough for you?
I'll say this. They are in the current roles now that I think the audience wants them to be in. Was this graceful? The furthest thing from it. The one saving grace is that this did not involve a video that was shot of William Regal before he was killed, explaining everything to try and go backwards. That to me was the biggest fumble. Listen, they are where they are. They should not be fighting. I think where the audience, they want to cheer Adam Cole, they want to boo MJF. So they're in these roles.
It's messy, but listen, like injuries make things pretty messy, and they've had to make a lot of patches in order to make sense of this. In the end, they're giving the audience what they want, and that's a continued feud between MJF and Adam Cole, who have great chemistry now in their proper roles that I think we're happy to see them in. I was personally satisfied enough with what they gave us here. Like we could make some sense of it. If you like this video, consider joining our Patreon, the Post Wrestling Cafe. Multiple bonus podcasts every week, ad-free shows, and access to our full archive. Otherwise, a like and subscribe is much appreciated. Thank you for watching.